All right, we're live, Carly.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to our leadership call that we planned a couple of hours ago. We can you hear me? You can, right, Micah? Okay. Um, I'm gonna just maybe wait one more minute so more people can log in. Um, and then we will get started. But while we wait, sorry, while we wait, I just want to say I'm sorry this is last minute. We were all talking today and just kind of prepping for November, and we realized we wanted to have a team call, and this was the only night that would work for all three of us. And Carly Pass obviously would be here on the call with us, but she literally just landed back in the UK from being in the States for the past pretty much month and being on the cruise, and she's probably feeling like crap because I still feel like crap and I'm not adjusting to a completely different country. So, and she's also sleeping right now. So anyways, okay, we will get started. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of a rundown on November, I'm going to kind of tell you, we're doing this call because November is huge. It's one of our biggest months. It is our biggest month of the year. It's all businesses like us biggest month. It's all retail stores biggest month. I mean, you get it. I mean, it's the month before Christmas, so it's the month that everybody buys. So it's not just a unique thing. It's not. It's universal. It's huge. So we want to make sure that everyone is maximizing the month. And when I say this, I don't want you guys to think that this call is pertaining to only November. This is something that we want you guys to understand and learn for every single month of your business. Yes, November is huge, but it doesn't, all of our other months of the year are also huge, and promotions, growth, success, all that kind of stuff happens all year long. It's not just November, okay? So, but because our biggest month is coming up, we just felt like we wanted to do a quick leadership call. For those of you, we said it was for pink and up. So if you have hit pink, at least you have a team underneath you. Even if you're on this call and you're yellow or you're white, you might have a team underneath you and you might be pushing for pink. And that's totally fine. We just wanted to make sure that people understood that it wasn't going to be like a basics type training. It's leadership training. This is how we have grown our teams. This is how we've promoted. This is how a million of our leaders underneath us have done the same. So we're going to be talking about mapping a lot, and I know a lot of you have probably already heard about this. You're already doing it. So if you are, good job, because me personally, I think this is so important. So important. If you want to achieve something, you have to make a plan. It's just simple as that. Like, things do not happen on their own. You have to see how it's going to happen. You have to plan how it's going to happen and all that. So we call these roadmaps. That's what we call them. I don't know who came up with that name, but that's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Lauren, and she's going to talk to you about some things, and then Mike is going to talk to you about some things, and at the end I'm going to show you an actual map, and I'm going to just explain it so that you guys can really see, okay, this is how I can map my team into my promotion. And again, we planned this call a couple of hours ago, so it's not professional. We're probably going to be butting in with each other and stuff as we have ideas, but we basically just wanted to talk to you guys before the month started. Okay, Lauren.
Thanks, Carly. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm Lauren Popyak. If you don't know who I am probably somewhere in your tree, your upline black. But, okay, so Carly's going to show y'all this roadmap here in just a little bit. But what I want to tell y'all first of all is your front line, these people that I consider your front line, your top line, whatever you want to think of them as. Um, when you're trying to move to the next level, blue, green, orange, whatever, um, you need to work way past them. So, like, I hear a lot of people, they're like, oh, yeah, I actually reached out to someone in my fourth line. And I'm like, you should always be doing that. So, like, to give you all perspective, for me, hitting green, and even to black, I worked pretty much with everyone on my team. And now, I didn't work with every single person in the same way, but like, I didn't care if I personally sponsored them or not. I Anyone that joined my team, and y'all understand now, I could never do this ever, even if my life depended on it. But you all should be able to do this. Anytime I saw someone join my team, I would immediately reach out to them on Facebook and I would friend them first of all. And then I would just say, hey, I'm Lauren. I'm your upline and unique. Welcome. If you need help, I'm here. If I knew who their sponsor was, I'd usually say, so-and-so's great, but I'm here. Because here's what happens a lot of the time. Someone enrolls, Susan, who enrolls Sally, and then if Susan and Sally have a connection, but you don't have one with Sally, and Susan goes out the door, Sally's sitting here, and she doesn't have anyone to go to. So all you're doing is you're creating that open door, okay? So anyone that joins your team, friend them and reach out to them. And then some people will say, well, I don't want to step on so-and-so's toes. Well, all you're doing, I'm not asking you to go in and train them. I'm just saying go in and open the door so that they know they can come to you, because this is how you're going to move up. And when Carly explains how to do these roadmaps, you're going to want the relationship with as many people on as many levels as you can. So again, like going black, green, I literally tried to, for the most part, have a relationship with everyone on my team. Now, a lot of people, when I would reach out to them, they would let me know, like, oh yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing. My friend that enrolled me, she doesn't really do anything, and I'm wanting to do this, this, and this. And it would open the door for me to help them, okay? So a lot of y'all on my team, y'all know I'm not your sponsor, but I have a really good relationship with you. And those are the kind of things that I do. And I still try to do that in my circle. I'm not going to go into that. But my point is, you never know. Like, sometimes people get hung up. They're like, I do not have an eagle. We talk about chickens and eagles. Bree Richardson did this a long time ago. You've got chickens and eagles. Chickens, you throw them in the air, you're trying to get them to fly, but they're not going to. They just keep, as she said, keep shitting on you, pardon the language, they keep pooping on you, even though you're just spending all this time on them. And an eagle is there, and they can fly on their own, but they do need you to help throw them up. So you never know where this eagle is. It does not have to be your front line. You're personally enrolled. They can be anywhere. So that's why you have to make sure that you have the open door policy with everyone on your team. Okay? Again, I'm not asking you to go step on everyone's toes and take over their teams. I'm just saying go introduce yourself so they know if their sponsor drops off, they have you. And you're going to be setting the pace and the tone for your team. If you're posting on Facebook and they see you posting, they're going to be doing the same thing. Even if, Susan drops off, Sally's still going to see you doing stuff. So you never know where your next pink, blue, green lies within your team. So again, in my circle, I don't do this with the whole team, but even now at Black, in my circle, I try to reach very deep to find new people that want to go pink, that want to go blue, that inevitably want to be leaders and hit our elite status. So that is so important that y'all go ahead and start now learning to reach out to everyone. Now, go ahead, Carly.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Okay. I want you guys to understand that, like, in my head, you have to, when you go to your back office, you have to be able to know what is going on when you look at it. So in my brain, if someone is yellow, they should be going pink the next month. If they are pink, they should be going blue. If they're blue, they should be going green. yes, in a perfect world that would happen, but it's not always going to happen that way. Some people, aren't ready to go green, but you need to, why not try? Okay? So when you look in your back office, if someone's yellow, if you have all these yellows, when I'm making my map, those yellows are going pink, and I'm going to write out how they're going to hit pink next month. Um, Sorry, I'm not trying to go off on a tangent, but people want to know why my team is so bulky and there's so many leaders on it and my circle is ginormous. It's because I spend the time in my back office to push, talk to, train, help these people individually push to promotion. People don't do it naturally. They don't do it on their own. You have to see in your back office and you have to map it out for them, and you have to just assume that it's going to happen. Why can't it happen? You know what I mean? Pinks can go green, so surely pinks can go blue. So you have to, it's not like people just aren't going to do this on their own. As a leader, you have to help them and push them by looking and knowing, what it's time for, basically. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And another thing too. So a lot of people tell me, like, well, I'm really not like you. So let's say you want to be green or you want to be a really big leader in the company, but you don't. A lot of people tell me they don't have it yet. Like they're like, I can't. My team's not responding to me. Whatever. I do believe some people have leadership more naturally than others. So if you don't have it and you know that you kind of lack, you can do personal development along the way, but get whoever your next leader is above you, your next elite, whoever that is, or if it's a black, whoever, to help you help your team, okay? Like, don't just say, no one listens to me, I just give up. Go to your next elite and say, look, I need you to help me learn how to lead my team. And then one other thing, and I'll be done. Another thing, too, a lot of y'all out here, or you'll think, it must be so easy for those blacks to make more leaders because you think, oh, we just pop them out like crazy. Y'all don't understand. Whenever I'm talking to people, that are new, especially, they're like, you're so far away, like, because I'm black and I'm just, a galaxy away. They feel like, and so it's hard when I'm like trying to get them to like get green because I think they think, well, Lauren's so way over there. It doesn't even matter. I'm not even gonna. Just whatever, I'm not going to mess with it. Whenever I was trying to go green, I was trying to go black, I promise I had more people running with me than I feel like I can get to now when I'm like, come on, run to me. So like all these people on your team, after you're talking about roadmap, say like, if they want something, to be whatever level 2, be like, look, I want you to run with me. You're a runner, I'm a runner. Run with me. Like this month, we're going to enroll this many together, and we're going to sell this much together. You're going to go pink. I'm going to go blue. It's going to be awesome. And then you're going to go blue, and I'm going to go green. Get them to run with you. And that's like, I did that with several of my girls. They ran with me. And I really think that's a big deal that people don't realize. It's a lot. You can get people to run with you. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to talk about?
Just talk a little bit about like how to focus on the people that work and the hobbyists, whatever.
Okay, so here's another thing too. And this kind of can go 2 different ways. So you're going to have people that sign up that want to just do this for a hobby, and that's okay. And I'll tell you right now, if you go to a person without knowing what they want, like let's say I signed up and I really just wanted to make $50 a month. I really could care less about ever doing really big time. I just want to sell maybe $250 a month, make a little cash, get my makeup free. And you come to me and you start pushing on me like crazy and telling me to do the 100 no challenge and do all this crazy stuff. I'd probably quit Unique. I'd be like, my upline's crazy. I just wanted to do this as a hobby. So you would, 1, be wasting your time pushing the wrong person. And 2, you'd probably lose people that you do need. You need your hobbyist. You'll find, once you understand the comp plan, you need your hobbyist as much as you need your big leaders. That's how we work. We have to have both. But so be careful just pushing everyone to their limits. But you need to spend it's probably going to be about 80% of your time with 20% of the people. So you need to find out from everyone. Once you are starting a roadmap, or probably before, find out what everyone wants. So all these yellows, you need to go in and find out too, like, do they even want to move up? Do they want to build a team? Some people could care less. And Micah's going to talk to y'all too about starting new presenters off right, and from the beginning here on out, you're going to know that's the first question you ask people. My new people always say, well, what do you want out of this? Like, what, and it can change. I didn't want anything like this when I signed up, but I didn't know it was possible. And then that first month I was like, okay, I can do this big time. And so it changed, so you got to be in tune with that. But anyways, you'll have your hobbyist, your people that just want a little free makeup, make a little money, and then you're going to have your people that want to make, thousands and a career of it. Know who to spend your time with. Because again, if you're going to this hobbyist, I'm the hobbyist, you're telling me to do the 100 no challenge, and you're telling me to do this just stuff that's just really what we tell people to do that really want to build and go fast, I'd run. I would say I'm done, So just make sure that your time is valuable, or it is valuable, so make sure it's spent where it needs to be spent. Run with your runners, walk with your walkers. I always tell everyone, you train everyone the same across the board when they're new. And then you decide once they hit yellow, what are we going to do next? Are they just sticking around to sell a little, or are they ready to team build and go pink and up? You train them differently from there. So, anything else?
I could probably think about 50 other things I want you to talk about, but
this calls till midnight. I hope y'all aren't sleeping.
Okay, really though, honestly, last thing, I just want you to, if you can kind of remember when you were giving those tips to Angie the other day, how you were, how kind of you said a lot of people don't know their potential. You've got to reach out to them and tell them what they're capable of, and kind of the tips that you give them, like you said, you send them to watch your duplication video, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So like a lot of people. Okay. Sometimes you'll get like this person on your team that's really good. They've sold $1,000 their first month or whatever, but you can tell they're just really good. Okay, I'm not trying to be like cocky here, but that was me when I signed up, okay? I didn't know I was really good, but I'm not going to lie. I was good. I sold like $3,000, but I think that if Whitney had not been like, Lauren, you have it. Like, you realize you're way past just making your little couple $100. Like, if she had not said that to me and said, I went green that month. If she had not said, do you realize you can go way past green? I don't know that it would have clicked. It probably would have eventually, but maybe it would have taken longer. But she did come to me and was like, whoa, like, this is awesome. And whether your person signs up and they go yellow their first month, that's awesome. That doesn't happen often. Whether they hit fast start their first month, guess what? That doesn't happen often. So these people that sign up and do something like that just really fast, you might think, they know they're awesome. They'll just keep doing it. They'll just keep being awesome. They're going to go pink on their own, so on, whatever. Likely they're not, or it's going to be slow. So you, as the leader, need to be in tune with your back office enough to be like, whoa, this is not the ordinary. And if you're new, it'll take you a while to figure out what's ordinary and what's not. But when it's not ordinary, message them and say that. Be like you're awesome. Like, I don't know if you know that, but you're really great. Like, do you realize you can build up like a residual income with this and really be a leader in our company? You have what it takes. Or if they have a ton of sales, be like, all these people, you could build a team with all those customers. Customers are the best presenters. They just are. So but you sometimes have to go put that in their head, and I was telling Angie, like, sometimes you got to make their head big. You want it big. Like, I want to inspire my people. Like, when they're being awesome, I'm like, you're awesome. I want their head this big. Like, I go to Carly all the time and Micah, and I'm like, y'all are freaking awesome. I want their heads like this. Like, I want that for them. You want that for your people. So you've got to make sure and do that. And even though you think people will just know that, they don't just know that. And again, they may figure it out, but it could be a lot longer and down the road than versus you just going ahead and going to them and inspiring them and empowering them. And then again, Carly's going to talk about roadmaps, but then that's when you're going to say, look, this is the plan. I'm going to help you roadmap. This is what a roadmap is. Blah, 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 blah. But you also got to make sure they want that too, because, you know, if they don't want it, you're, again, wasting your time. But I'm trying to think what else I told Angie about that. We had to talk about that. Wasn't that it, Carly?
Pretty much, yeah. You just
want to empower them. Like, you just want them to know they're awesome. And you know what? That even people that aren't, I always tell people, even your people that maybe they don't do something just crazy out of the ordinary, but you know, they sold $500 a month. That's a big deal. You should be recognition. I don't know if Mike or you, maybe, I don't know, but recognition. I did a call or a video once about, I think Kanisha Morrison introduced me to it, the concept of like making, this sounds weird, but like making love to your team in the 5 love languages. There's a website called the 5lovelanguages.com, and that's how she described it. It was like, you want to make love to your team in the way that they respond. And some people, it's going to them and saying how awesome they are. Recognition, and I think recognition probably tops the charts for most people. But just anyone on your team that sells anything, every month go and tell them how awesome they are, and just tell them thank you. Now again, when you hit black, I'm not expecting you to do that. You can't. I can't possibly go in and tell everyone how awesome they are. But when you're really trying to move up, if you'll focus on empowering these other people and inspiring them and thanking them and recognizing them, you'd really be surprised how far you'll go. Like, people respond so well to that. And there really is that website you can go to, and there's a quiz that they can take. It's just for fun, and there's different love languages, and some people respond differently. But so you know how to respond with your team to make them feel good. So make them feel good.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. We got a baby.
I have an escapee. Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Lauren. Micah, you go ahead. And Micah, could you, along with what you're talking about, but also you talk about end-of-month momentum and all that.
Yeah, sure. All right, guys, I'm going to try and stay on track here. My kiddos are still awake. So I'm going to talk about your new presenters, what we do with them, how we get them started. It is so important to get your new girls to yellow and to fast start. Derek and Melanie are really smart, and fast start is not just a bonus, to spoil us. I mean, it is, but it's really genius. It is literally a fast start for your business, and getting your new team members to yellow to hit that first pay raise and then to fast start is really ensuring their success. I don't know any statistics, but I would say most of your teammates, if you can get them to fast start, they're going to stick around for a while because they're seeing that success. They hit yellow, they get their first bonus, and then the next step is pink. A lot of times, yellow, fast start, and pink can all happen in the same month. For me, I remember fast start and pink, I think I hit in like the same week. So we really have to get our new presenters started on the right foot. So how are we going to do that? First things first, you have got to get them into your elite upline and black upline page. That is a must-have. There are no exceptions to the rules. I don't care if you have a team page. In my opinion, it's not necessary until you're green, a strong green with a large team, but I won't go off on that tangent. But a must-have is your elite upline page and your black upline page. Sometimes that's the same page. Like for my team, I have a circle page. If not, I'm also their elite upline. But also explain to them what these pages are, why they're in them. I always tell my new girls, I'm like, hey, I'm going to add you to 2 team pages. The first one is my circle page. That's where you're going to get to know your other Y sisters. You're going to ask questions, and we have training in that group. The other page is my black upline. That's where I bring all my news from corporate. I put motivational posts there. Sometimes I do challenges. But explain to them what these pages are and what they mean to them. Don't just add them to a whole bunch of pages and then tag them in 10 different posts, and their Facebook is exploding, and they have no clue what all these posts mean. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is adding a new person to your team and then going and tagging them in 10 different posts. because they're going to run away, more than likely. That's exactly what they're going to do. So when you add them to these team pages, explain what they're for. I know every elite and every black upline kind of has a different way of training new presenters. So you kind of have to go with the flow of what your elite upline or what you have in place. For me personally, I have a Strong Start group, and I also have in place for my team, if they don't have a Strong Start group for themselves, I have a new presenters training. So you need to make sure your new presenter gets that. But what's so important is that you get their launch party started. So whether that's talking with them over chat, sending voice messages, getting them on the phone, you've got to walk them through setting up a party on their website, and you have to explain to them, why do we do these parties? What's the point of virtual parties? A lot of times people join and they've never even been in a party, or maybe they've only been in one party. So explain to them why we do these parties and why it is a benefit for them to host their own party. I have come across so many presenters who's kind of fallen in the cracks from people who've gone inactive, and they had no clue that they could earn YCash from their own party, which blows my mind. It's like, that's the first thing I tell some of my recruits is that you got to earn free makeup. So make sure you're telling them these basic steps. Like I said, get them on the phone, send them a couple of voice messages, chat with them, get their party set up on their website, and then start talking to them about a launch party. How important their launch party is and how that really is the first stepping stone to getting their business started. You need to talk to them how they need to talk on or start posting on their personal Facebook page. That's another thing. You have to tell them. They don't know. When I first joined, I remember this conversation. I said, okay, I'll join, but I'm not going to post on my Facebook wall. I'm just going to post on my VIP group. I'm not going to do the whole wall post. And my sponsor was kind of like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, like a week in, I realized, thankfully, that that wasn't going to work. I had to post on my wall in order to suck my customers in. I'm thankful that Carly kind of knocked some sense into me and was there to train me. But these new presenters, you have to tell them these things they don't know. You cannot assume that just because they've been in a party, they know what to do. You have to break it down for them. It is so, so important. So once you get them on the team pages and you get a party set up on their website, their launch party. Maybe your upline has a mock party that you can put them in. That's great, so they can kind of see how parties are ran. If you don't have that, add them to one of your own parties or offer to co-host their launch party with them. Just talk to them. Find out what they're comfortable with. Some presenters join and they're ready to take off. They're like, yeah, I got this. I'm ready to post. I know what to do. And then other times people join and they're, you know, a little slow and not sure of what they need to post. So you have to be there to hold their hand. You are their go-to person. I know a lot of times within Unique, we recognize leaders at green status, but the fact is, if you have people on your team, you're a leader. When you sponsor someone, you are their go-to person. They should feel comfortable coming to you and asking you questions, and you may not always know the answers, and that's okay. For me, sometimes, like in the beginning, I felt like I was the blind leading the blind. Christy and Carly, Purple and Black Status presenters under me, they joined like within my first 2 weeks, and they would come to me and ask me questions, and I would have no clue. I just joined, but you know what I would do? I'd go find the answer, and I'd bring it back to them, and then that created trust. And it created a friendship. And when they started to trust me when I was ready to go for promotions or when I was leading them, they believed what I said. They thought I knew what I was talking about. What I was really doing was going and asking Carly, and she was explaining it to me, and I turned around and explained it to them. And in that process, I learned all of those answers. So then when my new group of presenters came along, I knew it. You know, I learned as I went. So don't feel like just because you're brand new or just because, you know, you aren't green or orange that you're not a leader. You are a leader if you have a team under you, and you're their go-to person. So hold their hand, walk them through their launch party if that's what they need, and get these ladies going strong. Talk to them about recruiting, about what's been successful for you. That's the best thing you can do is duplicate. Just like what Lauren was just talking about, teach them what you've done, and just hold their hand through that. Talk to them about how your parties have been successful, the things that you've done that haven't worked, that has worked. Just you have to talk to these new girls. I can't say that enough. So let's see what Carly wanted me to talk about end of month momentum. Oh wait, hold on. I wrote a couple things down because I didn't want to miss them. Oh, okay, I know what I was going to say. Kidnappers. We had a lot of those the last 3 months because we had our Awesome Plus You campaign going. And I was talking to a few of the girls in my circle the last couple of days, and I said, this girl, she needs to get her launch party going, or this girl, what's going on with her? And they say, oh, they're just kidnappers. And you know what I told them? I said, hey, reach out to them and ask them if they would like to co-host a party with you. Do a launch party. Offer to help them. And they may not be interested, and that's fine. You don't want to push them, like Lauren said. If they just flat out say, look, I'm not interested, then you can stop. But just go offer and say, hey, would you be interested in doing a launch party? I'll co-host it with you. I'll show you how I do my parties, and you can invite your friends. If you do that, I know an elite on our team who did this a couple months ago, and it was very successful for her. And those kidnappers see how easy it is to sell the products, and then they get a little Y cash, they get a little commission, and then you may flip those kidnappers to be true sellers. There are so many kidnappers within Unique who've gone on to hit green, orange, purple, black status. So don't be scared to approach those kidnappers and just ask them. Also, end of month momentum. That was the other thing I was supposed to talk about. So we're talking about November and how big it's going to be. But I don't want y'all to give up on October. We're not done. We still have, 5 days left? And you have got to finish the month strong. So many times people wait till the first week to start figuring things out. And I made a video over this today because I was just, baffled by people who wait till the end of the month to start working. You have got to start planning November now, but you can't stop October. You plan out your month. You know who's having parties, your own parties, your team's parties, and you find out how you're going to make this month work. You break it down. You have your parties lined up ahead of time. You don't wait, because if you wait till the first week of November to start planning this, a week is gone, and you only have 3 weeks left to work with. 2 of those, you kind of jog a little, but then you get to the last week and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to do $1 million in 5 days. How am I going to do this? Carly, Michael, Lauren, y'all help me. Y'all, you can't do that. You can't. It stresses us out. It stresses y'all out. You've got to make a plan from the very beginning. You have to run all month long. And guess what? When you're running, everyone's running right now. I know y'all are. Y'all are running big time to try and make sure you hit your promotions, maintain your colors, help your girls hit their colors. You're running. Y'all, keep running through November. And don't ever stop. If you hit your goal, okay, keep running. And you're going to run through December. And that's how you just smash these goals. You can't slow down. You can't stop. Your months, you shouldn't have an end and a beginning. It should just all flow. When you're working your business like you're supposed to, you shouldn't have to stress over these numbers. It should just happen naturally because you're working your business. You're making plans. Did I miss anything, Carly?
I don't think I think that's it.
Okay.
I can think of. Sorry, let me log out of my Facebook because it keeps making noise. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to show you a map. This is one of my personally enrolled. Her name is Danielle Taylor. And this was her map for September, and she was mapping for blue. Yes, she hit blue in September, and she is fixing to hit green right now. And it's October. Holla. She's a runner. She's just very driven and wants it. So, okay. All right. I'm going to do this screen share. Lauren or somebody tell me if this works. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see that?
No.
Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay, I know what I did wrong. Sorry. You're like, no. Okay, can you see it now?
No. Oh. Yes, there it is.
Sorry, I had the wrong one. Yeah?
Yeah. Your screen's on now. Okay, you're good.
Okay. Please stay with me here because I've had a lot of you guys message me being like, how does this work? How does a map work? I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's two parts. This is a visual. This is a poster that she made for her to just see every day, okay? And you don't have to make, I mean, you can do, y'all, maps can be anything. Like, you can write it, I don't have a whiteboard, so I use poster board sometimes, or I just do it on paper. It's however your brain works. Don't overthink it. Just get out your pen and just start writing. Just make yourself just start writing, okay? So right here, I'm going to show you just the poster, and then I'm going to show you her actual map with numbers and stuff. So she wants to hit blue. She put the qualifications up here on the left for blue. Her personal goals are 2,500 in PRS, 5 new recruits, to earn a plus U charm, 20 parties, 3 videos a week, 5 posts a day. And then she writes, you know, craft, inspiration, family, funny, and why. Okay, personal development, I am statements, YouTube videos 3 times a week. Okay, book sale sponsor. She wants to post in her team page 3 times a day, videos, inspiration, recognition, and then she's got very, very, very like basic right here, her girls and things that they need to do. Mallory needs to hit pink. Julie and Bethany under her need to hit yellow. Katie, I think, needs to hit fast start. Alma, yellow. Kistia, yellow, yellow. These 3 girls, these 2 girls need to get their launch party started. They barely just joined, and then Kate, yellow. Okay? So this is very basic. It's just a pretty poster visual that she can look at to remind herself what her goals are. Before September ends, she needs to have had 20 parties. That's a goal that she set for herself. I didn't tell her to do 20 parties. Okay, if you're going to set goals for yourself, you better hit them. Like, don't even write it down if you're not going to take it seriously, okay? Okay, so here is her map. And these can look any way. Like, mine don't look like this, but they're the exact same concept. So she wrote down her personally enrolled are all right here, okay? Mallory is going to hit pink. That's 2,000 in wholesales. That's 2,500 in retail. Okay, so she has all the girls underneath Mallory and what she thinks they can do. Like, when I map, you guys, I don't ask my people, hey, how much PRS do you want to do next month? No. I put down how much I think they can do, and then I tell them, look, this is how much PRS I put down on my map that you're going to do next month because I know you can sell that much. Okay? Okay. You know, like, no. Like, your map is obviously in a perfect world, yes, everyone would sell what you mapped them to sell, but that's not going to happen. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a visual of how in the world are you going, in 30 days, are you and your team going to do $4,000 in company wholesales? How is that going to happen? Okay, so when I map, I put down what I think people can do, okay? It's what I think. And then obviously I talk to them like, okay, so, hey, Sarah, I put you down on my map as hitting pink this month, and I know you can do it. So let's map it out for you and your team. Let's talk to your girls. Let's make a plan, and let's do it. It's simple as that. Okay, so anyway, so do you see how she's got numbers of what they're going to sell every month? And then she totals it up over here. Okay, on the side. Alma, 665, 500, 250. These are brand new people, so she's not going to like, she doesn't know if this girl's going to be a runner or a hobbyist or anything, so she kind of gives them a lower number of 250. So then she totals it up. That's 5,940 in PRS, plus she's got the 2,500 that she's going to sell herself. So that's going to put her way over her blue. Does that make sense? Hopefully to everybody. Micah and Lauren, if there's like questions or anything in the chat box, just answer them if anybody has any of those. Okay. And then right here, she has her PRS listed at least 2,000, which is 69 mascaras. And remember, she wants to do 20 parties. She already has, y'all. This is so important. Please, please, please. She already has people laid out of recruits. She wants 5. She's already got an idea of who she's going to bring on and who her hostesses are going to be. And I have been working with Danny for a few months now, and she schedules her parties like it's crazy. Like she has 5,000 PRS this month because she's pushing for green. And so she before this month started, she had her parties scheduled. They were done. They were ready to go. Ready to go. So if you have no parties going right now, I highly encourage you to get off of this call and schedule as many as you possibly can, starting however you do them. Some people like to schedule them on a certain day. I like to start them right away because I'm scared the hostess is going to change their mind. But you have to like have a plan. Okay, can you see me now? Am I back? Okay, so, okay. Was that a good enough explanation, Lauren, for a map, you think?
Yeah, and we have a bunch more. I don't know if we want to show a bunch more, but
yeah, there's a
I
ton
think so.
on the team page.
I think you just have to understand that any level can be mapped. Like even if you're yellow right now, you can map it. I mean, if you're all alone, you just got to say, okay, and this may take you getting with your sponsor or maybe your upline elite and saying, okay, I want to go pink, help me. But so pink is 2,000 in your company, and that means everyone you enroll and they enroll your entire team. But if you're by yourself, you could say, okay, next month, and you need to get on it tonight, I'm going to enroll 3 people, and I'm going to sell $1,000 next month myself, and between those 3, they're going to sell another $1,500, whatever that is divided by 3. I have a video on, and I know it makes it look super simple, but it really isn't. I think some people overthink it, but the video is on how to just duplicating, like when you train your team and you break it down, like it's not as hard as you, I guess, think it can be. But if you want pink, you just need to say, okay, I'm going to sell $1,000 next month, and I'm going to enroll 3 people. And between those 3, I need to train them enough to sell $1,500. And it's November. Everyone should be using their discount alone for Christmas presents. I mean, there should be no reason you can't do it if you're yellow tonight. But you can map at any level, is my point. It's not just, we use mapping a lot for green, but you can map any level.
Yes, agreed. And I want y'all, okay, so here's the Carly pep talk, okay? Can't have a call without that. I know a lot of you some of you on the call might be yellow, pink, blue, whatever. So don't take offense to my tough love, but I'm going to tell you how it is. I want everybody on this team to care more, work harder and smarter, and really, 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 really be very attentive with your team. Be a leader. This happens all day, every day for me, from no matter what day of the month it is, but especially it's always the last week of every month. I see so many things happening within my back office. It's like I can just see it. I go to it and I see like red flashes of things that are happening. Like, oh my gosh, this girl is $500 away from pacing for green, or this girl is only $300 behind from pacing from blue. And you know what? I will go to their sponsor or their leader and I will say, what is going on with Sarah? And she'll be like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you should have been thinking about Sarah all month. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that I am noticing and I am caring and I am taking the time to calculate where she's at in her promotion and you don't even know what I'm talking about? That is horrible leadership skills, okay? Care, stalk your back office, care about what your team is doing. You guys, do you guys think that us three black statuses, do you think that our leaders just happen? No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that my elites they're amazing. I mean, most of them, yes, I probably could have not existed and they would have still went green. But people don't promote without being pushed, without being coached, I talk to them every single day. Like, you know how far behind you are. Like, let's make a plan. Do you think you should do a flash sale? I mean, it's constant. It's like I look at my back office and I know every single thing that's going on, and I've got 7,000 people in my back office now. So you that have 10, 20, 50, 100, you better be on top of it. I want you guys to really understand what November could be for you. Anything is possible in this month. I'm sorry, but pinks can go green if they want. We have people that are orange and purple that no doubt will hit black status next month because elites are going to happen because people are buying makeup like crazy. Okay, but if you just leave it to that and you just leave it to, oh, it's the biggest month ever, so I'll probably hit black. No, like Kayla Penrod messaged me. I mean, I don't know if you know Kayla, but she's crazy. She's crazier than me. She messaged me today and she said that she spent her entire day yesterday mapping for black next month. A whole day. She said it took her 12 hours. That is a leader. That is someone that wants to change their life. That is someone that wants to change their team's life, okay? So if you're not doing that, okay, yeah, maybe that's a little bit crazy, Kayla, but if you're not if you're not putting your all into it, then sorry, but it's a disservice to your team. It is. Like, it's not, they need you. They need you to push them. They need you to believe in them. They need you to know their numbers and know what's going on. And one last thing that I wanted to say and I forgot, and Lauren says this all the time, and I used to not think this way, but because I've been working with her, obviously, for a long time now, now my brain thinks this way. But if you want to promote, then you focus on your team's promotions. That's how it happens. Simple as that. If you want to grow, if you want to promote, then help your team promote. Don't focus on your promotion. Focus on their promotions like tomorrow's not going to come. Okay? Anything else?
I have one more thing.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Okay. Hey, all I was going to say is we didn't really touch base on this, but one of the also key factors in promoting is enrolling people like crazy yourself. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people will start building a team, and they go into what we call management mode. They're like, okay, I've got 5 girls. Now I'm going to make them duplicate. And they're like, this is it. Or they'll hit pink. This is one of probably the biggest things I see. They'll hit pink or blue, whatever, with their 5 they enrolled, or however many, 10, maybe it's even 30. And they think these same 5 or 30 are going to be who get me to blue and to green. Like, all I have to do is just manage them. Unfortunately, actually fortunately, because it's set up, our comp plan is set up where we cannot move up without not only, I don't want to go on the comp plan. In fact, I'm not even going to go down that road. You just got to trust me, okay? And Carly and Michael, you just got to trust us. But you have to constantly enroll people. Like, when the people that got me to green, when I signed up, I enrolled 11 people that month. When I signed up November 1st, enrolled 11 people. And we duplicated to 22 by the end of the month, and I hit green. Now, some people probably would have been like, okay, I've got me a team. We're 22 people strong. I'm going to work these girls, you know, and I'm going to get orange and purple, and I'm going to move up like that. I have a video on it too, and I tell how many people I enrolled every month. But I have always tried to enroll 3 to 5 a month. This month, I've enrolled 10, and while we've been doing this call, I'm working on 11. I never stop. And some people think that's crazy because they're like, you're black. Well, I could go into management mode, and a lot of blacks do. I'm not going to tell you their names, but they go into management mode. They get black, and they have, you know, they think, and I have 100 people on my personally enrolled. A lot of them don't work it, but 104 or whatever. And I could just sit around and say, okay, I'll just work all these people, make them bust their humps, you know, whatever, and then my team sales will grow and I'll make money. No. To grow my paycheck, I got to keep enrolling people and make their paychecks grow. Yep. Kind of like Carly was saying, like promotions and focusing on them. But my point is, I'm telling you all, however many people you enroll this month, you need to enroll that many plus some to hit the next color level. Because a lot of times people are going to stop. Like, you're going to have 1 in 3 that do something, 1 in 3 that do nothing, and 1 in 3 that do a lot. And that's only sometimes. But you're going to have a lot of those nothings just dropping off every month. So you've got to be replacing them. And my point is, you cannot, and you may get lucky. You may just have someone that just carries you all the way to green. But then when you hit green, that's gone on comp plan. You got to have a circle outside of that leg. So my point is, you got to trust me from here on out, or go watch a comp plan video so you understand. You have to enroll people like crazy yourself and train them. You can't. I've told this in a video too. If you could enroll 100 people, if you didn't train them, you wouldn't make a dime. Doesn't matter. You've got to enroll people, and you got to train them, and you got to get them to promote. So that was all.
Monica, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I have 2 things. I was pretty much going the same place that Lauren was going, and I really want to talk to our blues and our greens, or our elites and exclusives, for a minute. You have got to recruit. Just like Lauren just said, if you go into management mode, you will never promote again, ever, ever, ever. Because those girls who you're not getting to green, they're eventually going to say, peace out, I'm done. Those people who are just hobbyists, they're going to get sick of buying $125 in makeup every couple of months, and they're going to say, peace out, I'm done.
They're going to find another company. A lot of those are flavors.
Yep. You have to recruit. I just looked at my numbers real quick. In my 16 months, I have averaged 4.5 recruits every month, and I'm not even like a big recruiter. There's people on the team who have way more than I do. I'm not a like Brittany Kaplan or Lorinda by no means, but I have had at least 3 new presenters every single month. Why? Because that's what Carly told me I had to do when I joined. She said, if you want to be good and you want to make money, you recruit 3 people every month. And I have done that every single month except for 1. I had 0, worst month ever. I'll admit it, it happens. But you know what? This month, I told myself on my board right here, it says I'm going to have 10 new personally enrolled. Do you know what I've done? I've gone and got 9. I've got to have 1 more before the end of the month, or I am not satisfied. You have to write down your goals, and you have to go get them, and you can't ever stop recruiting. Because if you stop, your team recognizes that. If you're not welcoming new ladies to your team is not going to do that, and they're eventually going to go away, and you will have nothing. Just because you hit green once doesn't mean you're there. You have to continue to build and build and build and build. You can never have enough. I always say, I'm going to go get them all. I want all the people. I want them all on my team. Maybe that's greedy, but I want every single person on my Facebook on my team. You just have to recruit. You have to trust what me and Lauren and Carly are saying. Recruiting can never stop. Never, ever, ever. And how do you recruit? You have parties. That it all comes down to Facebook sales and parties. You can't ever stop. You can't be lazy. You can't rely on your team. And if you're doing that, I'm calling you out. You need to have 3 by the end of this month, or your business will just slowly fade away. Sorry, got on a tangent there. The other thing I wanted to talk about, me and Lauren and Carly were talking about this today, and it goes back to what I was talking about earlier, and I just left it out. look in your back office at your ladies who are new. We've had a lot the last 3 months because of the Plus You campaign. Just imagine if you have 5 or maybe even 10 ladies who are new, if you get them to yellow, $1,000 in PRS, think about what that could do for your company wholesales. If you have 5 and you get them to yellow, you're halfway to green. Think if you had 10 and you really worked with those new presenters. You go through the basics, you go through the steps, you spend your time with them and teach them what they need to know. Don't just throw them into a team page and tag them. Teach them how to be a unique presenter. Okay, that's all. I had to get that out.
Thank you. And I want you to understand, like, my mom, that's a goal. She does, I mean, it's a goal. Like, she has been talking about those 10 recruits every day, all month long. And you think, oh, she's Black status, she doesn't have to worry about that. No, your business comes first, ladies. Like, you better be selling the most on your team. You better be recruiting the most. Okay, yeah, maybe not the most, but you better be, like, kicking butt. Because if you're not doing those things, your team just won't. And
you can't help your team either.
Yeah, like, exactly.
If I see someone that does not recruit, typically their people that they've enrolled don't recruit either. If they're not, whatever you're strong in, your team will typically be stronger in. And if you're not good at it, figure it out. Like, there are videos. You have to figure it out. Like, I'm not the strongest at parties. That's probably my biggest weakness. People ask me about parties, and I'm like, but like, I try to work on them. So like, there's lots of videos. Sarah Long is always doing videos, and I'll steal them from Micah. And
yeah,
like, you have, you know what I mean? Like, we all have our weak and strong points. Like, I have plenty of weak points. So, but you got to figure it out and be better. Because when people do come to me and they're like, how do I have a successful party? I'm like, here's the tools from someone really good at it, you know? And that's how I try to make myself better. So you got to figure it out.
Okay, I have one last thing to say, and then I'm going to answer Astrid's question. But I want you guys to understand, like, the month I hit green, I was yellow. When I saw the first day of the month, I was yellow, and I had 0 people on my team. 0. Okay, so in my head, I had no idea that green was possible that month, correct? So if you're listening to this, for example, if you had 0 people on your team, did you know that you could go green next month? Did you know that that's a possibility?
And hey, tell them what green is. What happens at green? Like, why green?
Green is the middle of our comp plan. It's pink, blue, and green. Green is when you're considered a leader in our company, and it's a really good paycheck. Really good paycheck. And it's hard. It's really hard. They make it hard for a reason, because they want to see who the leaders are, who the runners are. But like, you just have to understand, like, you just have to, the reason I hit green that month was because I was running so freaking fast every single day, and I was doing exactly what I knew I needed to do. I was doing parties, booking parties, following up with people that had ordered from me, getting new hostesses, and then recruiting. I recruited 7 that month, and I think we ended as a team at like 24. So the possibilities are endless, and I want you guys to always work that way. Please, 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 please. Like, the world is your oyster here, y'all. You don't get it. Like, as I'm sitting up here, like, I've been Black for a year, and I just wish you guys could see what I see, because I've done it. We've all done it. I ran to Black, and I see all these things, all these opportunities that are being missed, and I'm no more. Okay? Lauren or Micah, I'm going to let y'all take this one. But Astrid said, like, how do you keep tips for helping hold girls to meet their goals that you map, ones who want to promote? I was going to say, like, tasks. Task. Focus on actions. If you want you want to help someone get to pink and kind of hold her accountable in hitting that, like, you've got to give her tasks to do herself, and then her give to her team. So, like, building blocks things, you know, hey, give her wording of, you guys message this to 20 people today. You know, like, how to get parties. Give them actual things that they can do to actually build the volume. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just tell someone, go sell 5 mascaras today. You got to tell them how to sell 5 mascaras. that day.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And not only that, but you talk to them every single day. You find out, who did you talk to today? How many parties did you start up? How many recruits or possible recruits did you talk to? It is a non-stop. You're really building a relationship, and Carly's really good at this. She, like she said, she gives us a goal, and then she expects us to go get it. Now, she doesn't, like, beat down our door. I mean, maybe a little, but you talk to them every day, and you find out, like I said, who did you talk to, what parties did you start, did you post in your parties, did you post on your Facebook. It's just those everyday tasks that's how you get people to pink. And like she said, telling them how to do it. You don't just say go post 5 mascara or go sell 5 mascaras. You tell them how to go sell 5 mascaras, and that goes back to teaching them how to party and the basics. I'm sure Lauren maybe has something to add in.
I was just gonna say, like, also, like when I tell someone, okay, this month we need to enroll 3 people or whatever, a lot of the times people will come to me and they're like, I just cannot get anyone to join. So if you are good at enrolling people yourself, and again, if you're not, you're gonna have to watch some videos. I have a bunch of videos, and I'm by no means like the best in the business or anything like that, but I can enroll some people. Like I said, we kind of all have strengths, you know, but I would say I'm pretty decent at enrolling people. So watch videos and get to know how to be better. But if someone comes to me and they're like, I just cannot get anyone to join, it's just not working out, then what I'll do too, when I'm holding them to these goals, I'm like, okay, show me what you're saying. Like, I want to see. And I always ask them too, I'm like, how many people have you talked to? You know, and they're like, well, I talked to my mom and my aunt and, you know, like 2 of my girlfriends. I'm like, okay, well, statistics there are not very high. Because one, let me tell y'all too, the people that are close to you are not going to be the ones that join. It's usually going to be more acquaintances and stuff on Facebook and your customers. So I always tell them, like, go to every single customer, and I want you to ask them or tell them to stop giving you their money and that they have got to be a presenter with you and pay them a compliment because they're so pretty or whatever, or they just have that spark. We have so many training videos on this, but a lot of the times you just to hold them to this, they don't know what they're doing. So like I'll ask my people, I'll be like, show me what you're saying. And if they can't show me anything, that tells me right there, well, they're just not doing it. And then that's also when I start shifting my focus, because I don't watch what people say, I watch what they do. I watch your feet, not your mouth. And I will quickly turn my focus to someone else. But if they show me stuff, then I'll just say, hey, you know what, try saying something like this, you know, or if it looks perfect. Sometimes they're saying something perfect, and I'm like, it's just going to be time. You just need to, like, brand yourself a little more. And a lot of the times I tell them to, like, it's just, it takes time for people to see you're not going anywhere. I've been doing this almost 2 years. You know, people finally realize I'm serious. This is not a flavor of my month or anything like that. So when I'm holding someone to a goal, sometimes it's not that they're not doing it. They just need to sharpen it up. And so I'll ask them to show me. And same for sales. Like if they're like, I'm not getting any sales. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, I have 3 parties going on right now, and yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, I just stalked your personal Facebook, and you haven't posted in like 2 weeks, you know? Like that for me is where I get my sales, more than parties. That's always been, I've always had a big network on my Facebook, and I constantly friend people on Facebook. So that's when you're talking about holding people to their goals. Sometimes they are doing everything right, you know, and there are those people that are just, you know, you don't know. You can only just cheer them along from there on and maybe give them more tasks. But
And
usually there's something you can figure out.
You have a lot of people that aren't going to do what they say they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to be like, all right, move along.
Yeah, you'll have them say, I'm going to be your next black, and I'm so ready for this. And you'll just put all your little eggs in their basket. And I see people get so bent out of shape because, like, I'll tell y'all, I would have, okay, like Carly, she's my cousin. We're related. Isn't that weird? She's my second cousin. And, you know, we were Facebook friends. I never offered her the opportunity or anything. My mom signed up, and then my mom talked to my Aunt Angie, who then talked to Carly. Or Carly went to Angie. I don't know. But I would have never thought Carly was going to sign up, some girl that didn't even wear makeup, and would be where she is, carrying like a huge portion of my team. I would have never thought that. So, like, you never want to put your eggs, like, in other words, you're going to have all these people that talk, and it's usually the people that you would never even thought that sign up and just, there's another girl on my team, Morgan, and I mean, we went to college together, and I would have never thought she was going to sign up and be what she is. Like, there's so many people like that. So you just never know who it is. And that's why also, y'all, it was on my sheet of paper I was telling you about reaching deep. You never know where these people are. So.
Yep. Okay, I think that's it. I saw someone say I need help in recruiting, so just honestly, all the recruiting files and videos, you can go to YouTube and Google unique recruiting and watch, people, but I just want you to know, like, I didn't recruit anyone until after almost 5 weeks of being a presenter. So it takes time sometimes. You just got to be very, very consistent. Just don't stop. People just need to see that you're serious. So anyways, thanks all of you guys that are here. Thanks for taking the time to be here and caring about your business. And finish October strong, and let's blow it out of the park for November, okay? Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready. Okay, all right. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.